What's going on YouTube? Rob A here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Mastermind Creations Reformatted R08 Azalea the Avenger. Now this is of course Mastermind Creations, or MMC's version of RC, the Autobot Transformer. And as you can see, usual reformatted packaging as we've seen with the Feral Rex and Hexatron figures up to this point. Very nicely done, of course. Mine's a little, I don't know if it's dust or just like packaging remnants, but very nice packaging, very small compared to the others. I'm used to much bigger packages from them, so this is kind of cool actually. And you can see on the back here, lots of nice poses for Azalea here, as well as the vehicle mode down here. So it is based roughly off of the IDW RC character, just roughly. I mean, it's obviously some differences going on here, but overall pretty cool looking. And as you can see, very nicely posable. And of course, like all the reformatted figures, it does have a little window box opening. Really cool posed image of Azalea there. And on the inside, you can of course see Azalea herself in all of her pink and white glory. So she is packaged in robot mode. That's pretty cool. You can see her guns, looks like, on the sides here, and swords over on this side, and little stand she comes with, and we'll get into that in a bit a bit later. Sorry, frog in my throat. But yeah, very cool looking so far. Nice and small, but very cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this open, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Okay guys, so just before we get into Mastermind Creations Azalea, I just want to go over really quickly. This is what you get in the package. You get, of course, Azalea herself, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But you get this nice fancy collector card, as we're kind of used to seeing now from most of the independent parties for Transformers. But it's got her stats on the back, and you can pause the video and check those out if you so desire. Cool pick. And you've also got the instruction booklet, which is, you know, it's pretty thorough. It's decent. You get a nice little concept art of Spartan. Very cool. I'm excited to see that guy. And of course the comic book, which is really nicely done, and an interesting read. So, moving on to Azalea herself. Here we go. And as you can see, very diminutive little Cybertronian vehicle there. Really neat, very swooshable little car. You may hear it rattling, and that's because I've gone and popped her head off in the transformation, and that is the weak part of this figure. Definitely the transformation. And Griffith, the designer, actually kind of told us. He said, you know, this is really about making a good-looking figure, and the transformation. He was like, you're not gonna enjoy the transformation. And I have to say, he was absolutely right. I did not enjoy transforming this one little bit. But it's a really fun figure, and that's, you know, so you kind of, sometimes you can overlook these things if the figure is enjoyable enough. As you can see under here, she's all bundled up, and you've got a little stand here, which actually is in nice and tight. So it comes with this little stand, and that is, you know, you can have it, of course, without the stand. But there are no wheels or anything on here, so you just plug the stand in. And then it, of course, sits a little bit up off the ground, kind of emulating like flight, you know, hovering. So very cool. So, as you can see, she's got some nice, she's got her swords on the side here. A very nice, soft, metallic pink. on those, and the guns are stored at the back, kind of emulating like little thrusters, and then of course stored on the other side as well. Very nice, very simple paint job, but very nicely done. Definitely works well, I think. And of course the plastic is Mastermind Creations, just top-notch plastic. You also get these little doohickeys. They go up like that, so you can have fins at the back if you so desire. I think that looks pretty cool, but you certainly don't have to have that. That may even be a design just in there, because I know they're making other female Transformer characters, female transforming robot characters, I should say. And I think that may be mostly for one of the other ones, you know, to differentiate between all the other guys. I know they're going to be retooled and you know, reformed, but yeah, overall, that is the vehicle mode in a nutshell. So to transform Azalea here, you want to pull this bit off, and we'll go ahead and we'll pull all the weapons off because they will probably get in the way. Transforming to robot mode is going to be a lot simpler than transforming to vehicle mode. Oh, and there goes her head. So you can see here's her head, nice and close up, as long as we've got it right. It's a very nice sculpting on that. A little bit of, yeah, little bit of something on there. I think she just got dust or whatever. It's not paint because it's coming right off. But there is her face. Very nice blue eyes underneath there, metallic blue. You can see a little metallic bit right up there. So there's her head. She's got this little notch in the back that's supposed to plug onto this little tab on the back on her butt, basically. But you can see how tight it all is in there, and it's very easy because you want this to like be up against this little tab. You want this tab to be in this notch, and like you wiggle it around and try to get it in there correctly. And since it's not like a real life vehicle, you're not entirely sure how it's supposed to naturally look, because going by the pictures doesn't really help, and the instructions aren't that clear. So you're just like, am I close? Am I close? And then you push it down just enough, and boop, her head pops right off the ball joint. So there is that. And I was having a huge problem. All right, so we'll get into it. So you want to pull these out. They're pegged in right there, and you want to just wiggle them out. You can actually remove these completely for transformation, and that may actually be easier. So we'll just pull these right off. It'll help for clarity as well, you know, for you guys to see what I'm doing. So basically, you just want to take the feet, and you just want to, they are tabbed in against here are the arms, and then here are the thighs. Just want to pull these up and put them around like so. That's basically one leg, and then do the same on the other side, just like so. Now you got this kind of situation going on here. You want to pull the thighs out, and just be careful because this is on a mushroom. It is on a mushroom peg, and this will pop out if you pull too much. It's easy enough to get back on there, but it will, you know, will pop out. And then once you've got that, the hand out, you just want to pop the leg back together here. There is a tab. You can see the tab right there. And then that'll go into this slot that is covered by this pink panel. I just want to make sure you get that. And I need to... Come on. What's your malfunction here? There we go. I wasn't pressing hard enough. That was the malfunction. And same on the other side, of course. You gonna be happier? You gonna cooperate with me? There we go. Yeah, you're gonna cooperate. So those are the legs, good and done. Now you've got this crazy long torso all spread out, and that was the big problem that I was having last night. Is it said you had to separate the torso from the the hips and the upper torso, or the chest rather. And I was pulling, and this part came up, but the bottom part didn't, and I didn't realize it had to come out farther. So I was trying to transform it with this not pulled out all the way, and that was a no-no. So collapse that bit for robot mode, and then this piece comes out of the front. It swings out, and I'm not entirely sure why. Doesn't appear to have any sort of function that I am aware of, but maybe it's something I'm missing. But anyway, so then we are gonna take this bit, the upper torso, and collapse it down. I think it should collapse down. Maybe it doesn't collapse down. Maybe I'm making this all up. Maybe it's just the bottom that I have to pull out. Alright, so we'll get the arms going here. So basically the arms you just want to pull out and then separate at the elbows like so. Turn them around and fix the arms however you like. If you want the pink out front or the pink around back or on the sides, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you dance. So there you go. Then normally the head would be through this hole in the back, and it's very tricky to get it in there, but basically that piece kind of just goes like that, and then this one you're actually going to rotate it around, and you got to be careful because it's not pinned in. It's just on, like, there, let's see, you can kind of see up there, it's not pinned in, it's on little pressure pegs, and you want to just make sure it's kind of out of the way, and then get the ball joint for the head out of the way as well. It's a very well designed figure. It's just everything is on such a small scale that it's easy to kind of knock things out and bust things out of alignment and stuff like that. So once you've got that spun around, you can just push it down, and then let's pop the head back on here. Alright, there we go. Then this whole assembly comes on down like so against the back, and the head should plug into the torso like so, and then it all just kind of collapses together. There we go. Pull the back little flappies out of the way like so, and then you can reattach the winglings to the sides, or you can leave them detached if you so desire. It's really up to you. But they just go kind of like that. I think I got them facing the... No, I don't. Do not have these facing the right direction. Whoops. Silly me. I think I actually do. I think I actually did have them in the correct position before. There you go. And there you have Azalea. Okay, so now we've got Azalea in robot mode, and as you can see, she stands just fine on her own. She's not falling down or anything like that. You can jiggle it. She will wiggle, but she's got nice little high heels in the back here that do do help her out. And you do also get, as we showed you before, the little flight stand, but it's also got this other little peg on the front here. And what you can do with that is, for different poses, you can go ahead and just plug that into the back of her foot, and that's going to give her like a mega heel, so you can really get, you know, one-legged poses and other kind of cool posing out of that. So you do have that option. She also comes with some swords, which are very cool. You can plug them into just into the back on the little pink flaps here. And oh, also the little butt flap, you can put that up against her back, kind of get that out of the way, you know, so it doesn't hang down as noticeably. It will impede the waist movement a little bit, but not terribly, you know. So I think you still get decent enough posability out of that as well. So there's that. But swords, let me show you these. Let me fix her noggin here. Alright. So the swords, very cool. They just extend out like that. Some nice long swords. And you just stick them right in our hands. Very similar to the Feral Rex figures, but not anywhere in the same realm of scariness. They actually slide in quite nicely. And then she does have these two blasters as well, and you just fold the handle down on those. And same deal, you just stick them right in her hand. And she's got that going on as well. She's got two of those, and you can put the swords or the blasters also onto these little pegs on her hips, or thighs, I guess, as well. And they hold nice and tight there. So that's very cool. Very nicely done. And posability. She's got a bunch of it. So she's got a ball-jointed head, as we stated earlier. She can look up, she can look down. She can't really look straight up that terribly well. She does have this little bit back here that does impede her straight up and down headward movement, but you can get, you know, slight to the side straight up head movements, and then, you know, pretty decent downward range, so that's cool. She's got the ball jointed shoulders, double ball jointed shoulders. There's one there and one there, so you got that going on. Of course, the swiveling bicep due to that as well. She's got double jointed elbows, so she can, you know, bend her arms way back. She's got a swiveling wrist, so she can fire the gun like so. She's got ball jointed upper torso. Okay. It feels like a ball jointed, and I know it's a ball joint down there because I've seen it when I pulled it out. So she does have a ball joint in the lower waist as well. It's a little bit restricted just due to the collapsing of the torso, but it is still there. And so she does have a nice range of motion with that. She's got ball jointed hips, as well as a not a thigh swivel, but she does have the upper knee swivel, so it kind of works as a thigh swivel, and you can move the shield around however you like. She's also got the double jointed knees, of course, and the toe motion. She also does have the ankle tilts, so you got that. Yeah, so very nicely posable. Really cool. There are a few little things to watch out for. Her head, at least on mine, her head does like to pop. The whole collar portion does like to pop out there, because it doesn't really, like, everything is posable, but everything is posable. You know what I mean? Like, nothing quite locks in anywhere like it maybe should. I don't think I'm missing anything in that regard. If I am, please let me know in the comments if there's stuff that I'm just not seeing that can lock down. But there's nothing that I'm not doing that I'm aware of. But Yeah, overall, it's a really cool it's a really fun figure. I am enjoying it. Transforming it, now that I know how, is not nearly as huge an undertaking. But just looking at the instructions and like trying to get everything lined up properly, it's very fiddly. But it's not as awful and daunting as it was the first time I was doing it. Just applying all of my concentration into trying to turn this thing into a vehicle. But overall, I mean, it's a lot of fun just to pose in robot mode. But it is fiddly. I'm gonna say that it is fiddly. But overall, I think Griffith did a great job in designing this. I love the colors. I think the pinks are very nice. There are darker pinks and lighter pinks, but the lighter pinks are like kind of muted, so they're not like, they don't hurt your eyes. It's not like neon craziness. So I think it's really, really nicely done overall, and it's a really cool figure. I'm looking forward to what is it, Salvia Perminion. I think that's maybe the next one I'm going to pick up. I don't think I'm going to complete the whole range of these fembots, but I'm not sure. I'm still on the fence. If MMC wants to send me a few, I won't. I'm not gonna say. Not gonna get upset about that. But yeah, overall, really cool figure. I love the accessories. I love the posability. Not in love with the transformation, but overall, really, really cool. And a very nice addition to the Mastermind Creations collection. So, thanks you guys so very much for watching, and yeah, I've got more stuff coming along, more Transformers, more everything, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thank you again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.